Right now, bigger than Roe. We'll show you how people came together for abortion rights on what would have been the 50th anniversary of Roe versus Wade.
Plus, today's the day why it's time to start thinking about filing that tax return this week.
Well, some of us in the Madison area did see a little bit of snow, but we are expecting some sun later this afternoon.
Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Ryder. We start with Kelly Slifka and his forecast this morning. I think we need some sunshine after being stuck in those clouds.
You know, yeah, this has been a very cloudy January, and we've kind of been stuck in a weather pattern, but thankfully I think we're going to get some sun today after the snow that we had. At least for some, I had a little bit of a dusting of snow. It wasn't a major deal, but might have to brush that off. This morning, Doppler track not indicating anything across the Madison area, but finally we do have some sun in our forecast this afternoon. And then we've got another storm system that we're going to be tracking. Right now, it looks like it's going to be mainly staying to the south. Illinois is going to be affected by most of it, but it will brush southern Wisconsin by the middle of the week. And then we've got a couple of systems that are going to usher in some colder weather, it looks like, going throughout the week into next weekend. A little chilly this morning. Now, one thing we haven't had, and that's why we haven't seen much sun, is much wind. But now we've got some wind that's going to get rid of some of this low-level moisture, and we should see some sun later this morning into the afternoon. So if you are headed off to the bus stop, it is a little bit chilly this morning. And with that wind picking up out of the west, southwest, that should get rid of some of these low clouds, and we should see some sun. Headed home should be a decent afternoon, finally getting some sunshine. And we'll talk more about that midweek storm system coming up in just a little bit.
Kelly, thank you. Continuing coverage now as we enter day 5 of the trial of Randall L. The prosecution still has 10 witnesses to call to the stand. On Friday, the prosecution called an employee that worked at the gas station where Sierra Winchester and Brittany McAdory were last seen. The employee said she remembered the women looking distressed and felt like calling police. Once the prosecution is done with their 10 witnesses, the defense will be able to call theirs. The trial is set to start back up at 8:30 this morning.
New this morning, a Dodge County authorities says that a big mess on Highway 151 was caused by a drunk driver. It all started around 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon when the driver hit some power lines that then fell over right onto the highway. The lines ended up damaging a semi and 2 other cars. Authorities had to shut down both lanes of 151 twice so power crews could fix the lines. The 55-year-old drunk driver from Madison has minor injuries and is under arrest.
What do we want? Free abortion! When do we want it now?
Here in Madison and across the country, protesters were busy marching Sunday in objection to Roe v. Wade's reversal. These demonstrations following out what has been the 50th anniversary of the Supreme Court's decision to guarantee the constitutional rights to abortion care. But last summer, the Supreme Court reversed that decision. Activists from the Madison Abortion and Reproductive Rights Coalition for Healthcare marched from the Library Mall to the Capitol in the fight for their right to choose.
As our Braden Ross explains, the Wisconsin activists that gathered have their sights set on one major target, the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Hundreds of protesters rallied in Madison today with one main goal:
To restore abortion rights in Wisconsin.
The march was one of many across the nation supporting reproductive rights on what would have been the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the U.S. Supreme Court decision that legalized abortion nationwide. But in Wisconsin, activists are focused on a different date.
And on April 4th, when we cast our votes and decide who will sit on the Supreme Court of Wisconsin.
After Roe was overturned last year, Wisconsin reverted to an 1849 law banning abortion.
Chills everywhere. It's unbelievable, unreal. It was just like no other feeling, you know. You just feel your rights completely taken away.
Oh my gosh, there's so many people that are going to suffer because of this.
Activists in Wisconsin are hoping the upcoming Wisconsin Supreme Court election could change that.
These are the people that get to decide whether or not the 1849 abortion ban stands.
The court currently has a 4-3 conservative majority, and pro-choice activists are working to flip that majority in April.
There are 2 conservative extremist candidates on the ballot. Get ready to boo. Get ready to boo. Jennifer Darrow. Yep. And Dan Kelly, who've spoken about leaving the 1849 abortion ban alone.
For those who braved the cold today, it's simple.
It's her body and her right.
And I believe that this is not only for today, but this is for our future generations, and the future is female. It's cold, but we'll march on. We'll keep marching watching.
For News 3 Now, I'm Brayden Ross.
Madison's march was just one of many happening nationwide to mourn the loss of the nearly 50 years of constitutional protections. This was the scene at our nation's capital as protesters marched from Freedom Plaza to Lafayette Park.
This morning, there are 4 teams left on the road to the Super Bowl. Bills and the Bengals, seasons both on the line yesterday. You saw that right here on News 3 Now. And Damar Hamlin in attendance as the snow fell in Buffalo. Divisional matchup here. First quarter, Joe Burrow. He's going to toss it 28 yards and find Jamar Chase, who'll take it in for the score. That puts the Bengals up 7-0. Later in the half, Bills threatening. Josh Allen under center, and he's going to push it in from the 1-yard line to put the Bills on the board. Down, though, 14-7. To the fourth quarter now. Bills down 17, looking to score. Josh Allen looking downfield. It is intercepted, though, and that would do it for the Bills. Your final score, 27-10. Here are the quarterbacks after the game.
I'm proud of our guys, how we handled situations throughout the year. You know, we could have made a lot of excuses throughout the year of what was going on, but guys continued to fight. You know, we wanted to win this one. We want to win them all. Those guys played better today.
I think we're a more complete team. I think we're a better team, and we just seem to make plays when it counts. That's all there is to say.
In the NFC, defense on display in San Francisco yesterday. Niners hosting the Cowboys. Fourth quarter tied at 9. There's Christian McCaffrey punching it in from the 2-yard line. 16-9 San Francisco. Last chance for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott. He'll complete it to Turpin, but it is not enough. 49ers coming up with a huge stomp when it mattered and go on to win it. So we now know who the Final Four is left standing with a shot to win the Super Bowl here. Next week, AFC Championship game. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs once again hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a rematch of last year's conference title game. And in the NFC, it's the Niners taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Both games Sunday.
Happening today, it is time to start thinking about filing your tax return. The IRS now accepting returns for last year's earnings. They will begin issuing tax refunds in the weeks and months that follow. However, experts say your tax refund could be smaller than you're used to, and there's a few reasons for change. First, there are no more stimulus checks received by Americans during the pandemic, and that was called the enhanced, what was called the enhanced child credit has now expired.
6:07, winter's here, shorter days, less sunlight. You might be finding yourself feeling a little down. Not to worry, though. Consumer Reports has a few tips to help this season feel a little brighter.
If you have felt your mood dip recently and wondered why, winter may be the culprit.
Less sunlight during the day affects how our bodies regulate serotonin and melatonin. And when levels of these hormones are thrown off, it can affect our mood and sleep.
For some people, the disruption can be dramatic and lead to a form of depression known as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Signs include weight gain, fatigue, trouble concentrating, and other things that make you feel off and not like yourself.
5 or more of those symptoms are enough for a doctor to diagnose you with seasonal affective disorder. But many more people have what's called subsyndromal SAD, where you're not completely disabled by winter, but you're also not at your best.
Treatment can include medication along with light therapy, sitting in front of a light box each morning to trick your eyes and brain that the sun is up. You can find light therapy boxes over the counter, but Consumer Reports recommends only using one with a doctor's diagnosis.
Some conditions that can mimic depression, like bipolar disorder, can actually get worse with treatments for SAD.
Some other ways to fight off the winter blues include getting outside to soak up as much natural sunlight as possible, exercising daily, and try to push yourself to be social. Schedule lunch with a friend, even if you don't feel like it. These interactions may help lift your mood.
That was Shane Hogan with your Consumer Reports. If your doctor agrees light therapy is right for you, it's recommended you choose a light therapy box that produces at least 10,000 lux.
Happening today, the University Club will reopen with new casual dining service called Union Commons. That club temporarily closed in March of 2020 at the start of the pandemic. Now it's reopening under the management of the Wisconsin Union after the club's board of directors voted to dissolve it and have the union take over due to financial losses. The nearly 3-year closure provided an opportunity for new paint, signs, and furniture. Union Commons fixed menu every day will include soup specials, toasted sandwiches, packaged salads, and snacks. The cafe is going to offer espresso drinks, coffee, tea, and homemade pastries. Also happening now, Madison Restaurant Week is officially underway after kicking off yesterday. The semi-annual event is the perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local offerings. Starting at $30, participating restaurants offer a prefix menu with 3 courses. Some restaurants will offer a lunch menu for $20. We'll have local features in the 608 for you tomorrow and Wednesday mornings. You can also check out Madison Magazine's guide to Winter Restaurant Week on channel3000.com. Restaurant Week runs through Friday.
Some really good deals. Coming up, Badger women's hockey looking to pick up a big win at home against a conference opponent. If they could pull it off, coming up in sports.
And the Madison Police Department bringing their best chili to the table for a good old-fashioned cook-off. How it was all for a good cause in the 608.
It's a lovely day. Cars built with safety in mind, even for those guys. Visit your local dealer today to learn more about our Carefree Coverage Suite, standard on all 2023 Volkswagen models.
So I just started this new trapeze class and...
Whoa, the new iPhone is here.
I know, right? The ultimate iPhone. US Cellular paid for mine and I was already a customer.
The new iPhone is here.
Right, and you'd be smart to get it at US Cellular. They have price protection, so you know your rate won't go up.
Now, new and current customers can get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro or any iPhone on us.
Okay, I'll just wait here and watch your donut.
At US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This is it. The countdown has begun. The final days of Denny's Jewelers retirement sale are here. The last markdown has been made. All fine finished jewelry is now being sacrificed up to 70% off store-wide. All must go. Nothing held back. This is Denny's Jewelers sale of a lifetime. The final days of Pete Denny's retirement sale are here at Denny's Jewelers. This is your last chance to save up to 70% off before the sale is over. Denny's Jewelers retirement sale, 1903 Cayuga Street, Middleton.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. I'm excited to tell you about our new Wild Theory CBD products that will get you high fives from everyone you know. Wild Theory's new groundbreaking formula has higher levels of the good stuff, and it packs surprising results. Is it legal in Wisconsin? Of course. Is it potent? You bet. Will you love it? I'm sure of it. Stop by one of our Madison locations or visit findyourhealthyplace.com, type in high five, and our website will hook you up.
I'm a Vegas hotel. I know what you're thinking. It's cool. I don't want anything too serious either. Just a fun, spontaneous thing. I'm looking for someone who will let loose, dress up a little, see a show, order the steak and the lobster. Some people say I'm excessive, but who cares? I'm just looking for a Saturday to remember and a Sunday by the pool. Think you can keep up?
Coming?
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your local dealer today to learn more about our Carefree Coverage Suite, standard on all 2023 Volkswagen models.
We're back now, 6:13 on a Monday morning, time to slow things down and see what's happening in the 608 this morning. The Madison Police Department hosted a chili cook-off on Friday, all for a good cause, and they wanted me to help taste test. So I did just that. Take a look.
Well, it's a chili cook-off.
Have a great time. Thanks so much for doing it.
We're really spread out through the city. We've got 6 different districts. Officers go long periods of time without seeing each other, and something like this is just a good way to get people together, something to raise a little bit of money and eat some good food.
But the way this is going, I wouldn't mind some more. We're trying to build morale around the police department as well as raise funds for fallen officers that have passed away in the past few years.
This is a good way for people to decompress, come together, and again, cops like to eat.
Who are all of the judges? Oh, we have Josh, of course. We have Dr. Anthony from Urban League. We have Chief Barnes, and the fire chief is here as well, FD. It's like the Food Network, right?
And something like this is just a way to kind of bond over something that's not really police related. So I use cube steak instead of ground beef.
You said that spicy or something?
It's a long process. I was up way past my bedtime last night making it, but it's fun to do.
Our most unique chili winner 2023 goes to Brian Austin. Yeah, it was good. The overall winner, Eric Lawson.
It is a huge family. The patch and the badge really connect us in ways that are pretty unique.
Thank you.
I've posted more photos you can check out up on my Facebook page. Tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah, so I love doing these kinds of things because the recipes are like so personal. Everybody has their own specific taste on what they think is a good chili. Were there any kind of oddball recipes or unique recipes that stuck out to you?
So there were 15 total. So imagine trying to take 15 different chilies.
Did you have to cleanse your palate in between?
So yes, they had those little oyster crackers that you could cleanse with. I would say about half of them all taste very similar.
Okay.
But actually the 2 that I liked the most did win. And the most unique one, Brian Austin, he used a cubed steak instead of hamburger, and that did it for me. I was like, there you go. It, took it to that next level. So a lot of them are pretty similar, but it is kind of fun because you can personalize it.
And for a great cause too, and seeing everybody get together. Good day, good day.
Good.
Tough assignment.
Yeah, I know. It was very, very tough. Yeah, my belly was full that day, I can tell you that.
Good stuff. Hey, Josh is always looking for ideas for In the 608. So if you got something for him, let him know. He's at Josh Brighter TV on social media, or email him in the 608 at WISC-TV.com.
All right, 6:16. Let's get to Kelly Slifka on your first warned weather forecast. Good morning, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, Josh. Some of us in the 608 actually had a little bit of the snow this morning. Not everybody, but just a dusting overnight. May have to brush that off. But right now, Doppler track not picking up anything. All right, this week we've got kind of an active weather pattern. A couple of days of quiet weather. I think today we'll finally see some sun. And for the most part this week, temperatures are going to be close to average. But it looks like by the end of the week, and especially later next weekend, we are expecting below average temperatures, just how cold we're going to get. Now, we do have some snow chances as well. I think the most accumulating snows will come in Wednesday and then again on Sunday. Looks like by the end of the weekend, we're talking about some drier snow, so that's going to be that light, fluffy snow expected next weekend. Right now, fog isn't too thick, but we've been under this drill, it seems like, all month long, where we get some low clouds and fog, can't quite shake them. Today, though, we're going to get a wind that'll be picking up out of the west-southwest, and that should get rid of some of that low-level moisture, so we'll get rid of some of that fog and low clouds expected later this morning. Temperatures are chilly, though. We're down to a 20 in Madison, 19 currently in Watertown. Across Dane County, we do have some teens in some spots, 17 in Cottage Grove. 18 in Stoughton, currently Verona at 18 degrees. So a little cool this morning, but with the sun today, it should help things out, warm us up a little bit. It will be breezy, though, and that wind will get rid of some of this low-level moisture. So we are expecting some sun later this morning. Noon hour, we should see some sun. Thankfully, the timing is pretty good because we will see sun this afternoon. Later this afternoon, toward the evening, as the sun's starting to go down, some clouds start to increase. And with the clouds tonight, it won't be quite as chilly by tomorrow morning. So we've got finally some sun today. That snow accumulation moves in late Tuesday night and Wednesday, especially near the Illinois border. And then next weekend, we haven't dealt with it much. We knew it was coming, but it looks like next weekend we will see some much colder weather. So here's our future track for Wednesday morning. Some light snow moving in. It looks like most of the accumulating snow will stay to the south of the border, but we can expect at least some snow showers continuing into Wednesday afternoon. Still some flurry chances here and there into Friday, Saturday. I think there's a better chance of some more accumulating snow. And this will be that dry, fluffy snow on Sunday as temperatures only in the teens.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks a lot. Here's sports anchor Jordan Reed with your morning sports.
Well, the drought is finally over for Wisconsin women's hockey. The Badgers pick up their first win in 3 weeks over the weekend. And to make it even better, it comes against a conference opponent and in front of a sold-out Laban. After getting the series opening win, Badgers try to break out the brooms against Minnesota State on Sunday. Lacey Eden picks up right where she left off, lights the lamp halfway through the first period to give the Badgers that lead. It's her 16th goal on the season. And from there, it's all Wisconsin. They sweep Minnesota State behind a 6-0 win. That also sweeps the regular season series. The Badgers improved to 14-5-1 in conference play. Next up, they've got a 2-game series with St. Thomas on the road. That begins Friday. Another quick turnaround for Wisconsin wrestling back at the Fieldhouse to host number 2 Iowa. Hawkeyes flexing that ranking early on. They jump out to a 12-0 lead, so it's okay. Challenge accepted. Austin Gomez, of course, puts Bucky on the board after a 5-3 decision, and the rally is on. Down by 6 points when they get to the 184 bout, and that's where Stoughton native Tyler Dow has the biggest upset of the day. He pins 8th-ranked Abe Assad to tie this match up. Now, Braxton Amos, he's going to follow Dow's lead. He racks up 4 points in the final period to earn that 4-0 decision, and the Badgers have that lead heading into their final match. But Iowa's Tony Cassiope takes the heavyweight round, and the Hawkeyes win because of match points. Badger women's basketball taking on Penn State, trying to move back into the win column after back-to-back losses. Well, it comes down to the fourth quarter. Badgers with a 1-point lead, and Maddie Wilkie takes care of that from behind the arc. Nittany Lions, they are quick to respond, so Julie Posh-Pishlava goes off the glass for 2 of her team-high 18 points. Then Tania Thompson starts heating up for Penn State. She drops 27 points, helping Penn State edge Wisconsin 74-69. And Wisconsin men's basketball finally has their matchup with Northwestern all squared away. The teams will face each other tonight in Evanston. The game, which was originally scheduled for Saturday, got postponed because of COVID-19 issues within Northwestern's program. The Badgers head into that game having won the last 7 against the Wildcats. Tip-off is set for 5:30. Back to you.
6:21 coming up, why you should treat yourself with a piece of pie today.
Stick around. We're back after this.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Bob's presents 2023 Furniture Resolutions. Resolution number 44, exercise more. Exercise your right to snooze in a gorgeous bedroom at an affordable price like my Fusion 2-tone bedroom. Exercise your right to style with 2 fantastic color options, sleek storage, and thoughtful finishes. Exercise your right to snuggle in bed with a book with my optional bookcase headboard and cozy reading light. Phew, that was a lot of exercising. Bob's Discount Furniture. Furniture solutions to your resolutions.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
It's a special day because it's Pie Day.
Not to be confused with March 14, 3.14 Day. This is actually National Pie Day. So we love all of our opportunity to eat some sweets around here.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, there are all sorts of pies, including the fruit pies, berry pies, and cream pies. People have been enjoying pie for a long time. Get this, pie making goes all the way back to the Egyptian Neolithic period. Yeah, to celebrate, you can bake your own or go out and maybe support your local bakery with family and friends today. No matter how you slice it, be sure to use hashtag National Pie Day to post on social media.
All right, I got to tell a funny story about my mother-in-law.
Oh, boy.
I love her. Sometimes she can be a tad forgetful. So she made some pumpkin pie over the holidays.
Don't tell me she forgot the pumpkin.
Almost as bad. She forgot the sugar.
Oh, no.
So we're trying the pie, and we're like, what's up with this pie? Like, you should have seen my kids try it. My little kids are like so excited for the pumpkin pie, and they're like, whoa, no sugar. Anyway, you did just douse the thing in Ready Whip, and it's good to go. Well,
all I picture is
not
like
quite the same.
Christmas Vacation when it's on the fork and you just see her go and it just like flies back. Yeah, it's very good
stuff. All right, pie, sugar, no sugar, that's up to you.
A little coating of snow this morning for some at least. Temperatures are in the upper teens, low 20s, a little chilly this morning, but I am expecting some sun later this morning into the afternoon, and temperatures getting low 30s.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Stick around. More News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get Hormel Black Label Bacon for just $1.99. Monday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Monday is Hormel Black Label Bacon for just $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sonobello changed my life.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-803-2714 or go to sonobello.com.
Look! It's easy to say things. Anyone can do that.
Look closer.
Meaning what you say, that's a little harder. And a little harder to find. But at US Cellular, when we say you get unlimited data for $29.99 per line, we don't mean only if you get 4 lines. We mean $29.99 per line, even 1. Plus, every plan is price protected for every customer.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
When the weather gets cold, springs break.
fixing broken garage doors. That's all we do here at Precision.
Our vehicles are literally like a warehouse on wheels.
We can fix a broken spring the same day and get you on your way.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Get Hormel Black Label Bacon for just $1.99. Monday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Monday is Hormel Black Label Bacon for just $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, bigger than Roe. We'll show you how people came together for abortion rights on what would have been the 50th anniversary of Roe versus Wade.
Plus, today's the day why it's time to start thinking about filing your tax return.
Well, some of us saw a light dusting of snow, but right now, Doppler track not indicating anything. We are expecting some sun, though, later today.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Kelly Slifka's here now with your first warned weather forecast, and you've been talking about sunshine, and I'm all ears when I know
it's been over a week now. It was last Sunday, the last time we saw sun.
Wow,
so
we're feeling it. We're feeling it.
Let's go. We need it because we all could use a little bit of relief from the cloudy gray weather that we've had over the last, really the last week and pretty much all month. We did have a little bit of a dusting of snow, at least for some in the Madison area. Not much, but may have to brush that off. Nothing on radar right now, but finally some sun expected as we go through the late morning hours into the afternoon. There's another system that'll track to our south that could bring us some accumulating snow, and then it will be turning much colder. We haven't really dealt with really cold weather this month, but you know we're due, and it looks like it'll be returning by the end of the weekend and much of next week as well. But now it is a little bit cooler than it's been in the morning. The temperatures are in the upper teens, the low 20s. We have a bit of a westerly wind, and that west wind will actually help get rid of some of this low-level moisture, so we are expecting some sun to break through. It is cloudy for now. The winds aren't too strong yet, but they will be picking up to around 10 miles per hour. And later this morning into the afternoon, we should see some sun as we warm through the 20s, approaching the lower 30s, and we'll talk more about that storm system for Wednesday coming up.
Sounds like a plan. Stay on top of the weather yourself by downloading the First Warn Weather app. Just search WISC Weather in your app store.
More than 1,000 CNH industrial workers are ending their strike this morning. They will be back to work for the first time since May. It comes after a contract agreement was reached over the weekend. The strike was held in Racine and Burlington, Iowa by the United Auto Workers Union. They were striking for wage increases to keep pace with inflation and for better benefits to offset the widespread worker shortage. The union has not disclosed any details on what is in the new contract. CNH Industrial is based in the UK and produces construction and agriculture equipment.
This morning, a man accused of shooting at Madison police during a chase will be on trial. 24-year-old Singleton Smith Harston is facing 16 charges, including 2 counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Smith Harston robbed a convenience store last January, leading to a chase in which he shot at officers. According to online records, his trial is scheduled to last through Friday.
It is day 5 of the Marcus Randall L. trial, and the prosecution still has 10 witnesses to call to the stand. On Friday, the prosecution called an employee that worked at the gas station where Sierra Winchester and Brittany McAdory were last seen. The employee said she remembered the women looking distressed and felt like calling police. Once the prosecution is done with their 10 witnesses, the defense will be able to call theirs. The trial is set to start back up at 8:30 this morning.
The real estate industry taking a big hit lately with a drop in sales and record low inventory. Industry specialists say the drop is natural due to the recent peak in sales. The Wisconsin Realtors Association says that unit sales in 2022 fell nearly 35% compared to 2021. In the past quarter, sales were down 30.5% compared to 2021. Coldwell Banker Action Team Leader Austin Solomon explains the drop.
Not a lot of options. It's still competitive, but it kind of limits how many people can move up and trade up. And with interest rates going up, it makes that a little less attractive.
If you have questions about the real estate market, whether you're buying or selling, Solomon recommends you contact your local agent.
A 31-year-old Janesville woman is in custody this morning facing several charges after police say she drunkenly fired a gun at 2 separate locations. Janesville police first sent to North Pearl Street early yesterday on reports of shots fired. While investigating, police heard another gunshot several blocks to the west. More officers responded to that second location along Harvard Drive, where they found a woman they later learned was at both shootings. In a search of the woman's residence, 2 guns were found. One of those was also reported as stolen after a check of the serial number. The woman, a convicted felon who's prohibited from possessing firearms, was arrested for probation violation and taken to jail. While there, a breath test was also indicated that she had almost 3 times over the legal limit. She faces several gun-related charges and a first-degree charge for recklessly endangering safety. As a reminder, our station policy, we are not naming the suspect until she is formally charged.
An update now on the Lunar New Year shooting in Southern California. The gunman has shot and killed himself. It happened as officers closed in on him. Investigators say 72-year-old Hucan Tran killed 10 people Saturday night. At least 10 others were hurt when Tran reportedly opened fire inside the Stardance studio. Law enforcement said the gunman may have tried and failed to unleash more deadly violence at a second dance hall in nearby Alhambra.
This could have been much worse. The weapon that we recovered at that second scene, I'm describing as a magazine-fed, semi-automatic assault pistol.
Investigators are still searching for a motive this morning with help from the FBI and local police. Now, we learned the gunman's identity when we streamed the news conference on channel3000.com. You saw it too, thanks to a push alert from the Channel 3000 mobile app. You can download it for free to make sure that you turn on the push alerts so you never miss a breaking story.
6:35 right now. After 110 years, Janesville's First Christian Church held its final service this weekend. Our Andrew Banstra was there with local reaction from members.
This is a day that is filled with joy for what we have done and sorrow.
After 110 years, the First Christian Church in Janesville held their final service today. It leaves behind a congregation of service, but above all else, accepting everyone with open arms.
This church leaves behind a legacy of helping out a lot of our community. We, in the 30s, for example, in the 1930s, we were all about helping the poor. In the 50s, we were about helping growing families. In the 70s, we were all about the Boy Scouts. In the 90s, we were all about helping the gay community feel accepted.
That gave people like Tom Walker a place to be himself while worshiping.
Some friends of mine told me about this church back in the day, and it was open and affirming as a gay man. That meant a lot, and they welcomed open arms, and I've been coming ever since.
Michael, the trustee of the church, made his pitch to other congregations that the church is for sale. He cherished his last 17 years worshiping here, but is at peace.
It's not so much that we're sad, we're also, just like any parent passing, you know, we're glad that they had a long and successful and very happy life.
And for longtime members like Tom, it's hard to sum up today's emotions. It's just sad.
Oh, I'm sure I'll cry. Very sad, very joyous that a lot of people have come back for this closing service, but sad in the same way. Sad to see it go. All right now. Yeah, it's just sad.
In Janesville, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
6:37. Right in the middle of winter, and the City of Madison Streets Division needs your help. They have 4 pieces of snow removal equipment that don't have a name.
That's the thing. This is the thing. And it's always such a popular thing. Today is the first day of National Salt Week and the first day of voting for snow equipment names on Wisconsin Saltwise's website. There are around 15 names per piece of equipment, and of course, we're sharing some of them this morning.
Let's hear them.
Sweet Carol Brine.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Bop, bop, bop.
See, I just want you to keep singing. Barbara Salters.
That's good.
That's a good
Timely
one, too.
yeah.
I know. Plowdy Doody.
Plowdy Doody.
And Dueling Banjos.
I like that.
That's a good one, too. That's some
clever,
creativity there.
Real clever ones. And if these are the most, I'm sure it's going to be a tough decision.
It always is.
With 15 or so on there. So have some fun with it, folks. Go to saltwise.com/name the SE plows. Southeast plows?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just happy that a Plowy McPlowface has not made it. And that we're growing as a society and getting more clever with our contests.
I happened to Google some. I just said, like, funny plow names. Betty Whiteout.
Betty Whiteout. Like it.
Blizzard of Oz.
Nice.
And the Big Leplowski.
I like that one.
You can have some fun with it.
All right, voting is now open. Make your voice heard.
6:39 right now on a Monday morning. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside at this hour. Traffic moving along just fine. Hey, those days starting to get a little longer.
Like that.
Soon we're going to start to see a little bit more daylight at this hour, which we love to see. Kelly's going to have an update on his work week forecast coming right up.
And some incredible new video from where a massive wind turbine collapsed and all the debris left behind. That's coming up right after this.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s is a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s hit. And I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Is your phone listening? If you've ever suddenly seen new ads or pages on your phone's browser and apps that seem tailored to your recent private conversations, does it make you think about who might be listening?
I'll take a deep dive to discover who could be listening through your phone and show you steps to protect yourself and your privacy.
Keeping your private conversations private. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:42. Ground was officially broken on Verona's second ice rink. The Verona Ice Arena has seen such growth over the last several years. There's been more demand for another rink for skating, hockey, and figure skating. A campaign was created to raise funds, and so far more than $5.5 million has been raised by the community to make it possible. That new rink will be just south of the current building on the location of the seasonal outdoor ice rink. The Verona Area Chamber of Commerce says the added facility will help local businesses.
The number of visitors this additional sheet of ice will bring to Verona is great for those local businesses. And what's good for our local businesses is good for our community as a whole.
If the project remains on schedule, that second rink will be open by the end of the year.
Some incredible new video this morning from Dodge County where a massive wind turbine collapsed, leaving scattered debris all over the place. Take a look at this. This happened Wednesday night at the Butler Ridge Farm near town of Herman. No one hurt. The incident did leave behind a huge mess.
A lot of weight, though, coming down at one time, and it left quite the crater. The one that lives on top of the hill up there and the farm right behind us, they said that they both heard it, and they shook their house.
NextEra Energy Resources owns that turbine. A statement from the company reads in part, "We believe this was an isolated incident. As turbine malfunctions are rare, we are determining the cause of the failure and assessing other turbines on the site as a quality control measure."
6:44 right now. Let's get to Kelly Slifka with your first warn weather forecast. Kelly?
Yeah, those turbines really getting a workout today because we are expecting a wind to be picking up. And we did have a dusting of snow overnight, but right now a Doppler track not indicating anything. A little bit of fog, nothing too thick. You're starting to see visibilities down to near 2 miles in Viroqua. But this has been the drill. This has been the case pretty much all month. We get these low clouds and fog and just can't quite shake them. But I think with that wind picking up later this morning and in the afternoon, that will allow some drier air to work in, get rid of some of that low-level moisture. Right now, the winds aren't too strong, up to 12 miles per hour right now in Monroe. They will continue to pick up 10 to 15 miles per hour throughout the day. It is a chilly start to the morning right now, 19 in Watertown, 18 in Juneau, the Dells, 20, 21 in Lone Rock. Currently across Dane County, we do have some upper teens, Stoughton at 18, 17 in Cottage Grove, Mount Horeb currently at 16. So a chilly morning, but with that sunshine breaking through these clouds that we have this morning, I think later this morning we'll start to see them evaporate and move on out, and we should get into some sunshine as that wind starts to pick up and allows for some mixing, allow drier air to work in. And it's pretty good timing because most of the afternoon should be fairly sunny, but by late this afternoon as we get closer to sunset, some clouds start to move in, and that'll keep us a little milder tonight, acting like a blanket, keeping in some of that warmth that we developed during the day. Our average high now is 27, the overnight low 11. Look at the sunset though now. It's getting close to 5 o'clock, so we continue to add those daylight hours, and that will continue to ramp up as we go over the next several weeks. Finally, some sun today, looking at that snow accumulation by Wednesday, and then much colder weather by the end of the weekend. Here we're looking at Wednesday as that storm system primarily staying to the south. We're going to be tracking this. A little bit of a deviation to the north would give us more snow, but I think the bulk of the snow is going to be staying down the south toward Chicago, but still some snow showers even into Wednesday afternoon. So we got that chance of snow moving in late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning primarily. Still some flurry chances here and there. Another round of some lighter snow on Friday. Another one we'll have to watch out for be into the weekend, and it's going to be much colder, and also we'll deal with some wind, so that may cause some blowing and drifting on Sunday.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Time right now to slow things down and see what's happening in this 608 this morning. The Madison Police Department hosted a chili cook-off on Friday, all for a good cause, and they invited me to help taste test and judge the competition. Take a look.
Well, it's a chili cook-off.
Having a great time. Thanks so much for doing it.
We're really spread out through the city. We've got 6 different districts. Officers go long periods of time without seeing each other, and something like this is just a good way to get people together, something to raise a little bit of money and eat some good food.
Well, the way this is going, I wouldn't mind some more. We're trying to build morale around the police department as well as raise funds for fallen officers that have passed away in the past few years.
This is a good way for people to decompress, come together, and again, cops like to eat.
Who are all of the judges? We have Josh, of course. We have Dr. Anthony from Urban League. We have Chief Barnes, and the fire chief is here as well, FD. It's like the Food Network, right?
And something like this is just a way to kind of bond over something that's not really police related. So I use cube steak instead of ground beef.
You said spicy or something?
It's a long process. I was up way past my bedtime last night making it, but it's fun to do.
Our most unique chili winner 2023 goes to Brian Austin. Yeah, it was good. The overall winner, Eric Lawson.
It is a huge family. The patch and the badge really connect us in ways that are pretty unique.
Thank you. Speed.
I've posted more photos up on my Facebook page. Talk about a little nerve-wracking there. I was sitting up there with Chief Barnes, Chief Carbon, and Ruben Anthony of the Greater Madison Urban League. Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. And I will say the two guys that won were my top two votes.
Hey, there you go.
I must have knew something about it.
And it was the cube steak that did it for you.
Cube steak, something a little different. There were 15 different chilies. Some of them tasted pretty similar. I'd say maybe 7 or 8 of them were very, very similar. And then a few of them stood out, especially some of the spicier ones too.
And in the chili world, noodles are very controversial. Any noodle submissions?
One of them had noodles. It wasn't my favorite.
Did not do very well?
No.
Interesting. And it all tastes good.
It does. Especially this time of the year. It's chili season.
I don't know. Some people put fruit in their chili. You ever like some pineapple or like grilled stuff, like to kind of sweeten it up a little bit?
Interesting.
I don't know about that, but
I didn't see any of those.
Okay, so. Probably better. Probably better. All right, good stuff, Josh. Tough assignment, having to judge a chili cook-off.
Someone's got to do it.
Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. A lot of his ideas come from viewers. Isn't that right, Josh?
They sure do.
Some of the best ones, too. Find him on social media. He's at Josh Spreiter TV, or email him at in608@WISC-TV.com.
All right, 6:49 right now. Coming up in the morning sprint, what you need to know about this year's tax season, which starts today.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Don't miss the new Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29 at the Alliant Energy Center. New products and fresh ideas. You'll find everything for your getaway lifestyle at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29, Alliant Energy Center.
When you prefer dream vacation over a rental nightmare, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
I got a good feeling about this, yeah, I'm with it. I got a good feeling about this, yeah, so let's get it. I'm feeling good vibes.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
With my low E, I can never finish this trending dance.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years. Now there's hope.
Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app. $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. That's my boy.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Save big money on your next project at Menards. American Standard offers high-quality plumbing fixtures that you can count on. From faucets and shower heads to toilets and more, American Standard has it all. Save big money on all American Standard products. Relax and unwind with a new Whirlpool from Elger. This 10-jack corner massage bathtub offers a spa-like feel. Plus, get a free inline heater with the purchase of any Elger Whirlpool after rebate. Save big money on all Elger Whirlpools at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't miss the new Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29 at the Alliant Energy Center. New products and fresh ideas. You'll find everything for your getaway lifestyle at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 27 through 29, Alliant Energy Center.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
More than 1,000 CNH industrial workers are ending their strike this morning. They will be back to work today for the first time since May. It comes after a contract agreement reached this weekend. They were striking for wage increases to keep pace with inflation and for better benefits to offset the widespread worker shortage. The union has not disclosed any details on what is in that new contract.
Wisconsin men's basketball finally has their matchup with Northwestern all squared away. They'll face each other tonight in Evanston. The game was originally scheduled for Saturday. It got postponed because of COVID-19 within Northwestern's program. The Badgers head into the game having won the last 7 against the Wildcats. Tip-off set for 5:30 this evening.
It is time to start thinking about filing that tax return this morning. That's right. Today, the IRS will begin accepting returns for last year's earnings. They'll begin issuing tax refunds in the weeks and months that follow. Your refund could be smaller than you're used to this year because the enhanced child credit has expired.
The Minnesota House has passed a fast-track bill that could codify abortion rights. Minnesota is on pace to be an island for abortion access in the region, as surrounding states, including here in Wisconsin, work to ban and further restrict the procedure. Minnesota Republicans say without their common sense restrictions, the bill holds the most extreme position on abortion on the world stage.
This morning, police are picking up the pieces after protests turned violent in downtown Atlanta. The protest was over the killing of an activist there on Wednesday. Police say the activist was being cleared with other protesters from the site of a planned public safety center. Then an officer was shot and an activist was killed. Both sides dispute whether the shooting was in self-defense.
U.S. White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain is prepared to leave his job in the coming weeks. That's according to a person familiar with Klain's plans. Klain's departure comes as the White House struggles to contain the fallout after classified documents dating from President Biden's time as vice president were discovered at his home and his former institute in Washington.
The wild weather in California has had an unintended consequence. Very big waves. Those waves helping out the Eddie Big Wave contest, where some waves have reached over 30 feet. Some coastal cities in California have had to evacuate their shores due to the extreme conditions.
New overnight, Poland will be asking Germany for permission to send new Leopard tanks over the German border to help out in Ukraine. Also, the waves of frontline volunteers seems to keep growing. Right now, about 3,000 foreign volunteers are on the Ukrainian front line, and 20,000 volunteers are helping the country in other areas.
A $4,000 prize has been awarded to this statue at the Minnesota Snow Sculpting Contest. We had mentioned that they were struggling with the warm weather, but new snow kept the competition alive. If you're near Stillwater, the sculptures will be up until they melt. Otherwise, they'll be back next year.
And we do have some colder weather on the way over the next week or so. Right now, it's pretty chilly this morning with temperatures around 20 here in Madison, 19 in Watertown, 23 in Janesville. Clouds this morning. We haven't seen the sun for over a week. I think we will see some sun into the afternoon before some clouds roll in this evening. So it should be a pretty decent day. Enjoy the sunshine today because we do not expect much of it for the rest of the week. In fact, some small snow chances here and there, especially on Wednesday. That's when we could see accumulation. And then again, going into the weekend. Look at those temperatures, though.
Yeah, plummeting.
Dropping. We knew it was coming. Possibly getting close to below zero, it looks like early next week.
Wisconsin winter.
Yeah, it's still January. Mother Nature's going to remind us.
Make it a great day, folks.